Hello and welcome back to the reading vlog. It is Monday evening. um, I have gone back to work today. It has been rather hard, but it worked out. My chef, thank God, is really great with stuff like that, so I told him I won't be as good as otherwise, and he was like, take your time, chill out, don't work yourself too hard. So that is a nice thing, to be honest. And then I had to film Thursday's video because obviously I hadn't done it yet and I couldn't before. So yeah, I filmed that. I only have to edit it tomorrow and then be done with it. And yeah, so much for the start of the week. I haven't really read much over the last few days, I have to be honest. I'm having a rather hard time. It's such a good week last week, and I think that burned me out a little bit. But yeah, that happens, you know. So being a reader doesn't help, you know. But I have a little bit of an update. I did continue with the audiobook, so The Organized Mind. I'm still in the chapters where it's more like the science behind how we remember stuff and what impacts our memory, and you know, the fact that everything is so overwhelming because we have the feeling like we have to remember everything. And he also talks about like how all of the really successful people kind of like have personal assistants who do everything for them when it comes to remembering, so they don't have to do that, and that they obviously are like, yeah, that's really nice and I feel a lot better because of that. But let's be honest, I'm like a pretty normal person. I don't have a lot of income, so yeah, I obviously don't have a personal assistant, so that is obviously not the solution for like better time management. But yeah, we're slowly getting there. Obviously I've heard that part already, so it's not that much new for me, which makes it a little bit boring, but I'm getting through that part. So yeah. And then I started a new book and I continued with The Hero of Ages. Firstly, let's talk about The Hero of Ages. I am 160 pages in now. So yeah, I haven't read that much more. Like, well, I don't know when I last told you how far I was, but yeah, 160 pages now. I just read a chapter about spooks and oh no, I don't know if he's dead or not. I mean, is it really? I don't think that's a spoiler technically, because obviously these books are like now older. I'm pretty late to the party, let's be honest. But yes, Books is in a really bad situation right now, and I feel really, really bad for him. But it is still really great. And yeah, I'm just slowly making my way through the chapters. I'm enjoying this one so much. I love it, I have to be honest. And yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing with. And then I started another book to like read together with that one, which sadly I'm not that impressed right now, I have to be honest. And that is Shanghai Immortal. Like, the book is really pretty. I just feel like the main character really isn't a person I would like in normal life, and so she annoys me so much. She has anger problems, and when there's one thing that I cannot stand in real life, it is people with anger problems. And yeah, she has a reason for them. Like, our main character is like the combination of like a fox spirit and a vampire, which like really weird combination. And she seems to not have any like special abilities because they just don't seem to come, which she suffers from that obviously. But then also because she's a mongrel, like, they don't like it. She gets bullied by like a lot of the people in hell, because that is where she lives. Her mother gave her to the boss of hell and she has to serve for him. And so yeah, everyone bullies her. But I'm personally still in the opinion that that doesn't allow you to like lash out at everyone, and she gets really aggressive due to that. And you know, yeah, I can kind of understand, but it still annoys me. And I might be hypocritical when it comes to that, but yeah, I cannot handle that. And so yeah, she's a really angry person. She reads like a teenager. She isn't a teenager, I'm pretty sure of that. And the mortal, which they seem to at some point have a loving, like I don't know, not really enemies, but like strangers to lovers arc in here. If you read the blurb, he's just like really over the top at the beginning, and then yeah, she brings him to the boss of hell, and it's all really, really weird. And at the moment, I'm not enjoying it, to be honest, but just like, because mostly I just don't enjoy these like books where all of the drama is mostly because of bickering and bullying. I don't know. Yeah, it is like a vehicle to get the story moving, and I guess like a lot of people like that. I just try to avoid stuff like that where it seems like the only vehicle is bickering and nothing else at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how it continues. I don't know, 40 pages in? Yeah, I'm 40 pages in. Thankfully it isn't the biggest book, so it's 340 pages, so I have 300 pages still to go. So I will finish it this week, but at the moment, to be honest, I don't have the highest hopes. But I don't know, if you watched the video where I unpacked this, because this was in a book box, I already told you, like, from the blurb, I don't think I will love it. I like the mythology, that I really love, but the characters are like, eh. So we'll see how that one continues. I probably won't read much today anymore. I do want to do a little bit of a sort out, like from old clothing, because I'm currently cleaning up my, well, it's a storage room that is connected to my reading room here, and I want to like make that one into like a second reading room so I can have more space for books, and I want to do like a reading nook in there. It's a really small room, but I think it will work kind of well. But for that to be able, I need to like clean that up, and it's also my crafting space. Like I have like crafting materials and stuff in there. So yeah, that is what I will start doing tonight. Probably continue with my audiobook, and yeah. Okay, I have a rather annoying update. I think it's annoying. I hate when I have to do this, but we have a DNF this afternoon, and I will explain to you why in a little bit, but we'll start with the books that I won't DNF, and then we'll come to the DNF at the end, you know. So, first things first, The Organized Mind. I have listened to about half of the book now. I have a little bit of mixed feelings about this one. I think there are some really important facts in there, but I think there's also a lot of filler that, in my personal opinion, really isn't that necessary. There's a lot of explanation about things that, I don't know, maybe I just don't understand the necessity to explain them at the moment. Might be that there's a reason for it later in the book, but I feel like between like really helpful tips, there are a lot of like not so helpful facts in there that I personally don't need to know technically. Other than that, there were some really helpful tips in here, like note taking, like, you know, making sticker notes to remember stuff, or like have a little notebook to jot things down. But I also feel like the book more like teaches like things successful people do, and like really like highly paid people do, who have maybe like more time to do stuff like that. Like he talks about one who has like a notebook, and every time he meets a new person, he like writes down what they talked about the last time and stuff, so that he has like an anchor point to when he talks next to that person. To be honest, that is something that just doesn't make any sense in my life, so obviously I wouldn't do that, but I feel like a lot of the tips at the moment are that. There are fewer like tips for the everyday person, but yeah, I mean, obviously I'm just not the target audience for those tips, but kind of annoying at times, to be honest. So yeah, but that is otherwise doing well. Then the next reading update is The Hero of Ages. I'm at page 200 now. Oh, I love it. I'm really slow, but I love it. I feel so much for all of them, you know. They all struggle in their own way. Like books especially, but like we have Spooks who struggles, we have Says. I feel so bad for him, to be honest. Vin and Ayland doing their best, but like still kind of like struggling with what is right and if they can go on. And yeah, you know, it's just so tragic, but I love it. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where we're going, because I cannot see where we're going right now, and I love reading it. And now, let's come to the DNF. I tried it, I promise you, I really did. I just cannot continue with this book, and I will give you like a really good reason, in my opinion. I read till page 80, so I come this far. I just cannot continue. Our main character, the like fox spirit vampire hybrid, she is 100 years old, or she gets to be 100 in like a little bit, so she's at least 99 years old. She behaves like a 5-year-old, throwing temper tantrums. She doesn't have her rage in check. It's like, you know, a lot of things I talked about yesterday. And then she talks like a 5-year-old. There's like so many words are falling that where I'm like, you know, nobody who's an adult talks like that. And if they do, you really have to question how like adult they really are. So for one thing, she always uses the word pish. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean. It seems like, you know, one of those imagined words children use. Then she's always talking like, one example here is, where is it? I had it a moment ago. Here, rotted shit sticks. What kind of like an expression is that, you know? She talks like a child. I don't get it. She's she's nearly 100 years. She talks like a child. There are a lot more in here. To be honest, I don't want to go find them. She's just so annoying, and I cannot stand her. There's just, you know. And so I read a little bit of reviews because I was kind of interested to see if I was the only one. And there seemed to be a few people who have a problem with her, like the main character. And a lot of people were like, yeah, there's a lot of like interesting mythology in here, and you know, but the story was rather flat, and yeah. So I don't like the main character. I cannot stand her. I don't think the book will make up for it, and I don't feel like forcing myself through it, to be honest. So yeah, I will DNF this. And there's just no reason why I should haunt myself with this one, you know. It is sad because I had hoped. There's also supposed to be a love story in here. She with the human, right now she treats him like shit because he's just a human. She's so whiny, you know, the whole time. She gets into confrontations from her own fault. They are her own fault. Yeah, the people are shit to her. But it is her own fault for getting into these confrontations. And then she's like angrier than everyone else because she gets into these situations, and it's like, you know, it's your own fault. Just stop being a shitty brat. Yeah, cannot stand it. I'm really sorry. I just can't. So that will wander onto the DNF pile. And yeah, I will pick another book to read alongside The Hero of Ages. And I will show you which, because I will pick that now. But yeah, I need something that will cheer me up a little bit. And though I don't think this book will be cheery, I do think I will love it. So I will read Red Queen alongside Hero of Ages now, by Christina Henry, the second in the Alice series, like a really dark, gory horror version of Alice, where she lands in the madhouse, suspected of killing someone. They don't really know. She's full of blood, and she has a knife. Or some scissors, I think. And yeah, I read book 1. I absolutely loved it. So let's continue with book 2. This one will be way better than Shining Portal. So yeah, I don't have much worry about that. But yeah, I just cannot continue with that one, you know. I don't know. I try. I give every book a good try. Mostly I can bring myself to at least finish the books. But with that main character, it really reads like a middle grade for like younger children to like kind of see themselves in the main character, and I think that is really, really weird for an adult fantasy. So yeah, I just cannot stand it. So I will not continue with that. Sorry. If you've read this, maybe like leave your opinion down below. Maybe it gets better later on, but yeah, I won't find out. So yeah, that is pretty much the day today. Work went well. I'm slowly getting better. I managed to go on the midday walk today, which I haven't been able to for a week now, which was nice. But yeah, tomorrow there will be more updates for these two. Also, I edited Thursday's video today, so I have that edited. I only need to do the thumbnail, and then that is done as well, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, I will see you with the reading update tomorrow. That will be better than today's. Hi. Surprise, surprise, I changed my hair color. This is not what I wanted to do with my hair color. I just wanted to get rid of the blue and get it back to blonde. I saw this trend online where you take, like, you know, on the color wheel, the different colors. So I took red and this is what came out. I'm happy with it. I think it suits me kind of well, but yeah, it's not what I wanted. It's funny because now my best friend and I, we have a similar hair color, both coming from different hair colors, trying to change them to a totally different color, and we ended up with more or less the same color, which is kind of funny because it is, I don't know, 7 years since we had the same hair color. We both have always colored hair, but yeah, kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know, I like it, I think. We'll see how it changes when it washes out, but yeah. Really quickly wanted to address that because, I don't know, it's quite obvious, you know. Let's talk a little bit about reading. I had a really hard day today. So, I didn't read. Well, I read enough. But yeah, I wanted to read more today and I didn't get to it. That happens. I read, I think, like 30 pages of The Hero of Ages. Man, that book is like, I feel so bad for all of the characters, you know. But I'm looking forward to, like, I don't know, seeing where it goes. So yeah, that one is, yeah, but it will take me a lot of time to get through that, I have to be honest, when it comes to that. And then yesterday I did listen to quite a bit more of my audiobook. I'm still the same where I feel like that, I don't know, maybe 50% of the book is like relevant to me personally, and the rest of the book I'm like, I don't need that. Which makes sense, obviously you won't know, you know, like every aspect of it, so yeah, it's fine, but sometimes I get a little bit bored by it. Yeah. And then I started reading Red Queen, and oh my god, I'm loving it. I'm afraid that I won't get much further with The Hero of Ages whilst reading this. I just started it. I'm 70 pages in already. And it's only like, I don't know, a little bit over 300 pages long, so it isn't like the biggest book. Oh, that's so good. I just love the whole concept. In the beginning of this one, we focus a little bit more on like the more like classic fairy tale themes. They are now out of the city, everything is burned out of the city, Alice and Hatcher, and yeah, they don't find the paradise they had hoped to find outside of the city, and that is kind of a theme that goes through. So yeah, they tramp through the desert, or like the desert-like place, it's a meadow that was burned pretty much, and yeah, everyone is in their thoughts. Like, Alice can't keep her thoughts off of the things that happen in the city. Like, she kind of hoped she could once she's out there. But yeah, and then they come to a village where there's nobody there, and, you know, they stock up on food and stuff because they haven't eaten in a while, and Alice is like, yeah, no, we need to keep, like, still give the money, like, lay it out for the things we purchased because it's fair and moral. And Hatcher's like, yeah, I wouldn't do that, but you want to, so we do it. And then in the night, she hears like 3 whatever, I don't really know what they are, but they are talking that she kept all the rules and so they aren't allowed to hurt her, which is like, I don't know, I love it. I like how it is continuing. We are a little bit more But there hasn't been anything really brutal yet. There has been some death already, which I won't say whom because they are characters of the first book. But yeah, there are some dead people, but there isn't anything gory or really bad that has happened yet. But yeah, I like her looking back on stuff, you know, now being out of the situation of the first book and kind of like really like walking into the next trap, I feel like. And it reads so fast. I really, really like the pacing. So I'm really looking forward to continuing with this one. I don't know if I will read that much more tonight. I do want to continue with the audiobook. But yeah, I love it. You know, now I'm reading 2 books I love currently, which is great. But yeah, I'm just happy when today is over, you know. So, some days are just bad days. But yeah, so that is pretty much the reading update. I don't know, I think I will get quite a bit farther tomorrow in this one. Because, I mean, I only have 230 pages left now, so if I do get to read like right after work tomorrow and I feel better, I might be able to finish this tomorrow, but which would be amazing to be honest. But yeah, I'm really happy about that. So I might need to buy part 3 really soon. I finished Red Queen, just as I thought I would today. And yeah, I'm loving the series even more now. This one is a lot, well, it is less brutal in a way, but I just think that is because the first one is so shocking, or at least to me it was really shocking. That there really isn't that much less death in here, to be honest. And there were some really brutal, well, not brutal themes per se, but like brutal things that happened in here. But I really like the way Alice is growing in this one. Just, you know, in other books you feel like the main character makes the same mistakes over and over again, but in this book, this is really just the book where Alice learns more about her magic and like she's growing up, you know, she's realizing things, and she really tries her hardest not to be like a carry-on, but like to be her own person and like live in her own story kind of. And yeah, I really love that. And there are a lot of like, I feel like Easter eggs to other fairy tales in here. I don't know if they're supposed to be like Easter eggs for other fairy tales, but I at least felt like it. And yeah, I really loved it. And it's such a nice read, you know, it really flows, I feel like. I never felt like this was too long or anything, you know. There's a lot of like traveling in here, but I love that in books, to be honest. If there's a good like traveling story where there's still a lot happening, and you know, I love that. I know that not everybody loves that, but I personally really do. So yeah, this one got 5 stars as well as the first one. And to be honest, I'm a little bit afraid of the last one because of the ending of this one. So yeah, I have to buy that one now, and I'm afraid to read it. But I do want to know how this continues, and yeah, I don't know really if I think the title really is that fitting, because, well, technically the Red Queen has kind of a small role in the book, an important role, but a small role, so I don't know, but yeah, other than that, I loved this. And yeah, I finished it today on Friday. So yeah, now, also, as I already predicted, I didn't continue with The Hero of Ages today because I read like 230 pages or so of this one, but that is fine. I don't mind that. So yeah, I will continue tomorrow with The Hero of Ages, and then I need to start Rose Meta Parallel, which is also like incredibly big, but yeah, that is pretty much that one, and Some Desperate Glory are the last 2 books on my TBR, I think, for the month, which means I'm really good with my TBR this month. I picked a lot of books I was really excited to read, and that shows, I think. So yeah, that's really exciting. I'm still making slow progress with this one. My opinion for The Organized Mind still stands. I feel like a lot of in here, like there was a thing about like medical stuff and so, and I feel like it really isn't that much hitting the theme of An Organized Mind. I felt like, I don't know, I felt like it was more like, not like helping me organize my mind, just like get general information what you should do with like medical information and stuff, which I kind of found weird. So yeah, to be honest, I don't really like the book. I don't think it's that good. And yeah, I kind of thought this was something different, so I might need to look for another book that maybe gets more to the point that I want to have. But yeah, I will finish it, even though I'm really not the biggest fan, to be honest, because there's so much unnecessary information for me in there. But you know, with like nonfiction, it's always a really personal point if you like it, if you think the information is worth it for you or not. So yeah, for me it doesn't really feel like it. But yeah, so far so good. I finally ordered some storage boxes today. I want to clean up my well, it's a storage room at the moment, but I want to make it part of this room. And so I needed some storage boxes because there are supposed to go some books in there once I don't have any more room in this one. But I also want to have all of my crafting supplies in there because I do like to sew. And I would love to do another cosplay. I did one a few years ago now. It was before COVID hit, I think. So yeah, I will put you maybe a picture here if you would like to see. And yeah, I would really love to do another one, but it's kind of expensive and I need to like organize my stuff first. So yeah, that is the plan. Hopefully the storage boxes will come tomorrow so I can start with that. I will show you the room tomorrow. It's really not looking like much at the moment, but yeah, maybe you're interested to see what I will do with it. But yeah, I would like to like, you know, make it a little bit of a nice looking storage room, and then I can put books in there, and I would love to do a reading nook in there because there's a really nice window there that would make a great reading nook for like having some pillows on the floor and then really comfortably sitting on the floor there. So yeah, I might try to do that somehow. But yeah, that is the plan for tomorrow then. So yeah. It's Friday evening. I'm Skyping with my best friend in like an hour or so, but I wanted to give you like a quick reading update. And so yeah, I continued with The Hero of Ages. I'm 260 pages in now. As I said, I'm really slow with this, but yeah, I think now there's coming a scene that I probably won't like. I had that problem, I think, with the first book as well. All of these like court and ball scenes just weren't really that much to my taste. Personal preference, but yeah, we're now coming to a ball scene again. So yeah, hopefully that one will go over fast. But other than that, I'm still really loving this. I would love to hear more from Tensoon. Is that his name? I think yes. So I would love to hear more from him because I find his story, to be honest, really interesting. But yeah, at the moment we're more with Ayland and Vin, and also Spook's side of the story is now coming more into it again. and yeah, I'm really enjoying this. And then to the pretty much well, this book will be a doozy. This is Rose Madder by Stephen King, and this is pretty much about a book. The main character, Rose, got really, really hurt by her husband of 14 years. He is a really abusive cop, which kind of fitting, but yeah. He's abusive to her, he lands her in the hospital again and again. He makes her have a miscarriage because he pummels her in the stomach and stuff like that. And because he's a cop, he's like, she's afraid to do anything, and then one day she just walks out on him. And going off from the blurb, the book is pretty much just him trying to like kill her or like get her back, whatever, something like that, and her getting angrier and angrier, and pretty much like trying to get away from him. And yeah, I'm really interested in where this is going. There was a lot of violence in the beginning to like show their relationship, and to be honest, I always find it really sad to read about stuff like that. I'm really happy to say that I never experienced stuff like that. So yeah, I count myself really lucky when it comes to that. But it's still hard to read about it because I feel for those people that, I don't know, feel like they can't get away. And so yeah, I'm interested to see where this is going. And yeah, it's by Stephen King, if I forgot to say it. But yeah, I'm 30 pages in, and obviously it's a big book, so it will take me some time, but slow progress is also progress. Yeah, and then I also listen to my audiobook, which is what I will do till I Skype with my friend. And yeah, I to be honest, the more I listen to the book, the less I like it, which is kind of sad, but good to know. So yeah, I just feel like the book is way more for people who have money than for people who don't have money and resources. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not the target audience, which is fine in and of itself, but I don't think the book makes it clear when you read the blurb. So yeah, but that is the reading update. And now I got some storage boxes today. These ones, to be honest, I tried getting storage boxes for the storage room, I want to make it a little bit nicer, and I really didn't want to get plastic containers, like, the classic, like, see-through ones out of plastic, because I don't know, I don't like the look, and to be honest, I mean, I've lived with my partner now for, I don't know, 8-9 years, and we have never really bought storage boxes. We really don't own any, which kind of weird, to be honest. And then they're extremely expensive, I found out. I mean, I tried to like look at the ones from IKEA, but I mean, one box is 20 euros from IKEA, and I think that's just really expensive. So these ones were a little bit less expensive from Amazon, and I think they look really nice, and they're out of like cardboard and fabric, so that, for me, honestly, I think these look a little bit nicer. So yeah, I will start on organizing my room a little bit. I only got 3, because, to be honest, they're still not like cheap. They were like nearly 30 euros, I think, and I need a lot more, but I will get them one after the, like, 1 month, and then the next month, because I don't have unlimited funds, and living in Berlin is quite expensive. So yeah, it will be a slow progress, but it will be progress, and that has to be enough, to be honest. So yeah, let me show you how the room is looking. Please don't... well, it's not looking the greatest at the moment, but I will still show you. Okay, so this is the door, and well, it is chaos in here, but just so you like kind of get an idea how it's looking here. That is the nice window I talked about, which I think it's really nice. But yeah, as you can see, the only storage boxes I really own are the ones where the Lego is in, which will be gone at some point once I'm done with all of the Lego. And then yeah, I have like 1 bookcase in here which will stay, and then these ones are obviously like storage units, so they will go into our basement. But yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of like crafting supplies, things I want to do
to sew with, like, you know, old clothing that I want to sew into different things and stuff. So yeah, I need to get that organized. But yeah, that is pretty much the room. I want to kind of like put like shelves on this side and then make like a reading nook on that side, and then probably my keyboard needs to stay in here. That is pretty much what I'm working with, and now I just have to kind of get it organized, make it look nicer, because I also want to like make my like crafting supplies look nice, so I can keep them in there without them like looking like a craft closet, you know, because I don't really like that. So yeah, that is what I will do now.
So, we finally got a Tensoon chapter. I'm really, really, really looking forward to where he goes now. I'm kind of looking really forward to his side of the story. I missed him. I really liked him. And he was with Vin, even though he was like, you know, he killed her and Kendra and took his place. But yeah, I really liked his character. So I'm happy we get a little bit more from him. I would love if there would be a lot more, to be honest. I read the ball scene. I think it's fine. I mean, it makes sense. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of like self-exploration and stuff like that, which is really, really important. But I kind of don't really like these political settings. Just like, it's just a me thing. I'm really not that into politics, even in fantasy worlds. So yeah, but yeah, I'm now still not halfway through. I'm at page 310. So yeah, slowly but surely I'm making my way through it. But yeah, I'm really loving it. And then for some contrast, I continued with Rose Madder. I'm now at page 85 in this one, which actually is kind of like a good chunk. And I'm so afraid for Rose, to be honest. We not only get chapters from Rose, who is now in like a shelter for battered women, pretty much, who try to like, you know, bring them back into life, get them jobs, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, then we get chapters from the husband, who is now really angry and who, yeah, kind of now starts to track her down. And sadly, he kind of like has a good chance at that at the moment. So yeah, I think this book will be really, really, really intense. And also, I think portrays kind of good why a lot of people don't escape, even if they are in abusive relationships, because you know, obviously a lot of the partners just don't want to let them go and want to like keep this semblance of like the perfect life. So yeah, it's all kind of, it's a hard situation, but kind of interesting in like a book format. I'm kind of still feeling there has to come like a really harsh plot twist, kind of, because this is a Stephen King book and not like a contemporary book about like a wife that gets beaten. So I'm kind of afraid what will be coming here, because at some point I think it has to turn into like a really obvious Stephen King novel, but you know, who knows? I don't, but I will find out. Yeah, also I continued with the audiobook. I'm still not finished with that because I did Skype with my best friend for quite a lot of the evening yesterday. So yeah, I didn't really have time to listen to the audiobook. Yeah, so that is pretty much all of the updates at the moment. And yeah, if you want to know how I feel about these two, I have to come back to the next vlog because it is Saturday, so I'm ending the vlog here. Yeah, so I can pretty much start editing so that this vlog goes up on time. Also, I washed my hair today, and yeah, the color stayed way better than I thought it would, so that is kind of nice. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, even though it's still kind of sucky because of me being ill, but you know, I think there was some really interesting reading this week, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave a like, a comment, or subscribe. That would really mean a lot, and hopefully I see you in the next one. Bye bye!